Hello and welcome back. Last time we were journeying to find Mayra Milu and we found her. So let's get talking to her and see what she has to tell us. Yes, I am Mayra Milu. Kaya sent you. Follow me into the back of the library. We can't talk here. Okay. Better not be an ambush. Talking in secret. Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about the 6th House cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult. The temple worships Nerevar as a saint and hero, but prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nerevarine cult claims the Tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. This prescribed book, Progress of Truth, describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Kai's Cossades. That will tell him the things he needs to know about the Nerevarine cult. Persecution of the Nerevarine. It's an Ashlander cult. Primitive superstition, says the temple. Nerevarine say the Tribunal are false gods. I've never understood why the temple wastes so much energy on them. The faithful cannot be shaken by such attacks, and the Ashlanders are just ignorant savages. But since the submission of the temple to the Empire and the erosion of faith among the Dunmer, the militant wing of the temple is increasingly fierce in its attacks on heretics and heathens. But the Dissident Priests. The Dissident Priests dispute temple doctrine and are outlawed and persecuted by the temple. Ordinators arrest and imprison heretics, and the Empire cannot interfere. Progress of Truth lists their beliefs. In brief, they challenge the purity and divinity of the Tribunal, suggesting their powers are sorcerous, not divine, and perhaps akin to the power of Dagoth-Ur. They also condemn the arbitrary power of the Ordinators and accuse the temple hierarchy of self-interest and corruption. Persecuted by the temple. Why does the temple persecute the dissident priests? Because attacks on the temple weaken the faith and leave the people defenseless against the influence of Dagoth-Ur. Faith is what strengthens the will of the believer against Dagoth-Ur's lies. Faith is the source of the divine power that sustains the Tribunal in their battle with Dagoth-Ur. Since the Empire, some Dunmer have turned away from the temple. That's why Dagoth-Ur grows stronger. Why blight storms and monsters threaten the land. Can you tell me about Dagoth-Ur? Dagoth-Ur is the evil immortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple holds Dagoth-Ur and his hosts accountable for all the evils that beset the Dunmer in Morrowind. Dagoth-Ur dwells in the fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin, called Ash Vampires, and by legions of deformed monsters. What the Nerevarine prophecies. The Ashlanders have a mystical tradition of interpreting dreams and visions as prophecies. These prophecies are recorded in verse and may be lost or garbled over the generations. But the dissident priests have collected many ancient prophecies of the Nerevarine, many of which believed to be genuine. Collectively, these are called the Lost Prophecies of the Incarnate. One of these sacred missions of the dissident priests is the collection and study of these prophecies. About Progress of Truth. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with the Tribunal Temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale or possession of the book, so it'll be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by Ordinators here. A safer plan would be to search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans on outlawed books for profits or for principles. Watched by the Ordinators? I do not care for temple politics, but I've read Progress of Truth, and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests, who have gone into hiding, so I'm bound to come to the attention of the Ordinators. I am careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret agent like you or Caius. Sooner or later, I, too, must go into hiding. But it is not too late. When you return to Caius, tell him I am worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the agreed code word Amaya. Okay. She's in trouble. Maybe. Going against the temple's wishes. What is this? Deed. Well, we might be able to steal the book. We can find it. So many books. On Oblivion. I'm not really gonna read that one.
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
It was like progress something, right? Progress of Truth, okay. It's right here. Let's see. Maybe if we go like this, equip our one with nature is equipped. Why not cast it? Did I change my cast key? It did. I remember now. Okay. Sorry. Sneaking. Took it. Let's read it. How long is it? Kind of long. Excerpt concerning the points of temple doctrine challenged by the dissident priests. 1. The divinity of the Tribunal. Temple doctrine claims their apotheosis was miraculously achieved through questing virtue, knowledge testing, and battling with evil. Temple doctrine claims their divine powers and immortality are ultimately conferred as a communal judgment by the Dunmer ancestors, including among others the good Daedra, the prophet Veloth, and Saint Nerevar. Dissident priests asked whether Dagoth Ur's powers and the Tribunal powers might ultimately derive from the same source, Red Mountain. Sources in the Apocrypha suggest that the Tribunal relied on profanely enchanted tools to achieve godhead, and that those unholy devices were the ones originally created by the ungodly Dwemer sorcerer Congranek to create the false construct Numidium. 2. The purity of the Tribunal. The dissident priests say that the temple has always maintained a public face, represented by the hieroglypha, the priestly writings, and a hidden face, represented by the apocrypha, or hidden writings. The public account portrays the actions of the tribunal in a heroic light, while the hidden writings reveal secrets, untruths, inconsistencies, conflicting accounts, and varying interpretations which hint at darker and less heroic motives and actions of the tribunes. In particular, conflicting accounts of the battle at Red Mountain raise questions about the tribunal's conduct, and about the source of their subsequent apotheosis. Also, there is good evidence that the tribunal had been concealing the true nature of the threat posed by Dagoth Ur at Red Mountain, misleading the people about the tribunal's ability to protect Morrowind from Dagoth Ur, and concealing a recent dramatic diminishing of the tribunal's magical powers. 3. Temple accounts of the Battle of Red Mountain. Ashlander tradition does not place the tribunal at Red Mountain, and holds that the Dwemer destroyed themselves, rather than that Nerevar destroyed them. Ashlander tradition further holds that Nerevar left Dagoth Ur guarding the profane secrets of Red Mountain, while Nerevar went to confer with the Grand Council, i.e. the tribunal. That Nerevar died at the conference, not of his wounds, according to the Ashlanders, but from treachery, and that subsequently the tribunal confronted a defiant Dagoth Ur within Red Mountain, then drove Dagoth Ur beneath Red Mountain when he would not yield to their will. 4. Veneration of the Daedra saints and ancestors. While challenging the divinity of the tribunal, the dissidents do not challenge the sainthood or heroism of the tribunal. In fact, the dissident priests advocate restoring many of the elements of fundamentalist ancestor worship as practiced by the Ashlanders and by Saint Veloth. Exactly how this would work is debated inconclusively within the dissident priests. 5. Denial of the prophecies of the Incarnate and persecution of the Nerevarines. Though no consensus exists among the dissidents about whether the Nerevarine prophecies are genuine, all agree that the persecution of the Nerevarines is unjust and politically motivated. The dissident priests do not reject mysticism, revelation, or prophecy as part of the religious experience. The dissidents have not resolved the issue of true or false insights. They have studied the mysticism of the Ashlander ancestor cults, in particular the rites of the Ashlander seers and wise women, and the prophecies of the Incarnate. Many among the dissident priests have come to believe that the Nerevarine prophecies are genuine, and have made a systematic study of prophecies recorded in temple archives. 6. Authority of the Archcanon and the Ordinators. The dissident priests reject the authority of the Archcanon and the Ordinators. The temple hierarchy has been corrupted by self-interest in politics, and no longer acts in the best interest of the temple or its worshippers. The dissident priests believe the Archcanon and Ordinators speak for themselves, not for the tribunal. 7. The Inquisition and the use of terror and torture by the Ordinators. Within the temple hierarchy, it is an open secret that the Ordinators rely on abduction, terror, torture, and secret imprisonment to discourage heresy and dissent. The dissident priests feel the Ordinators are either out of control or tools used to maintain a corrupt priesthood in power. 8. of temple doctrine, charity for the poor, education for the ignorant, protection for the weak. Though the dissident priests acknowledge that most rank-and-file priests honor the best traditions of the temple, they believe that many priests in higher ranks are interested more in love of authority and luxury than in the welfare of the poor, weak, and ignorant. Sounds like this temple pretty corrupt. Oh boy, he's not coming for us, is he? Okay. I believe we go back to Caius now. Yeah. So... we just need to get outside and then go back to the Silt Striders. Apparently this is the wrong way to go. Then we can head back to Balmora. Vivek High Fane. Don't really want to go there. Okay. I think we can leave this way.
Speak, traveler.
Yikes. Yeah. Okay. And then we just go... Where do we go? I think we want to go up here, right? Annoying that the map, I can only scroll it so far. Like it stops. Kind of annoying. Yeah, so this is Vivek. Don't really like it. Do you guys? I mean, it's cool looking, but it's like a labyrinth. It's so hard to get around. Is this the foreign quarter? Yeah, okay. Then this is the way we want to go. Maybe I just have to get used to it. You know? That could be. The story-wise, it seems like we're interested in this Nerevarine cult in the 6th house. Sixth house has something to do with Daedric guy. Why is the Empire interested? So I'm supposedly working for the Empire, right? Why are they interested in all of this? I'm not sure if that's been made clear yet. I assume at some point we're gonna encounter these Ashlander people. That's just a guess though. Don't really know for sure. So if Vivek is alive, I'm guessing this statue is what he looks like. We're a little too low to the ground to get a good look. Let's travel to Balmora. It's raining. Thunder and lightning. Wonder if any of the shops are still open. Yeah, he's open. Sell all this stuff. Do 225. Cool. Then let's go to Caius, Mr. Caius Cassades. Are you here to discuss your orders, Soren? Or is there something else you want? I have your report, and I'll make copies of your notes from Hulea and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read and digest all this. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to journeyman. You're doing good work, and here are 200 drakes. Go out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. And go do some jobs for the guilds, or other freelance work. Just keep your cover story current. Or get some training. Then when you're fit and rested, come back and I'll have new orders for you. Training might not be a bad idea, actually. Let's go back to the Thieves Guild and train our illusion. Or... yeah, we would need to go to the Mages Guild for that, wouldn't we? We can train our illusion and our spear. And then if we get a level up prompt, we can go to bed and level up again. So, I know I did this before. Illusion trainer. Is it you? No. Is it you? Yeah, we'll do illusion. How much gold do I have? 3460. Do illusion again. Let's try and get it up to 20. That's good. Then let's go. How much gold do we have left? 2,500. What's our spear at? 36. That one's certainly going to be more expensive. I think I remember where the spear trainer is. I think she's in this room. Yeah. Should rest and meditate. I'm just gonna spend all my gold, I think. I don't really have much use for it yet. Not quite enough. Okay. Well, let's rest. Can't do agility. Which is unfortunate. I don't mind doing speed one time though.
Who knows what we may be capable of once we no longer fear death.
Another strange dream. In my dream, a tall figure with a golden mask greeted me, saying, "Who knows what we may be capable of when we no longer fear death?" It seemed I had died and could see myself laid upon a table lit by candles. But with my own hands I touched the figure, and the figure drew breath, opened eyes, and rose from the table. Then the room was gone, and the world filled with light, and I awoke. Interesting. Let's go back to Caius now and get our orders. Wonder who that is talking to us in the dream. Has a very sinister kind of voice. I'm guessing it's Daedric, but we will see, I guess. I don't have multiple level ups queued, do I? Okay. Oh.
I will free the Dunmer from the Imperial yoke and cast down the false gods of the temple. I will lead them out of their ancient superstitions and gift them with intimate knowledge of the divine.
I dreamed that a tall figure with a golden mask cried, "I will free the Dunmer from the Imperial yoke and cast down the false gods of the temple. I will lead them out of their ancient superstition and gift them with intimate knowledge of the divine." He smiled and seemed pleasant, but when he reached to touch me, it terrified me, and I tried to escape, but I couldn't move. The figure kept smiling and talking, but I felt sure he was trying to cast some sort of spell on me. Yeah, that definitely seems like it's this Daedric guy, especially since he mentioned the false gods of the temple. Is that what he said? Yeah. Getting strange. I actually think this is a good place to end this episode, though. So, did he just sniff? Oh, it certainly wasn't me. It's very strange. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode, and we can get our orders from Caius Cassates.